For the longest time, walang walang art venue on campus. Not even in the College of Fine Arts at the time. Ngayon, meron ng corridor, but that came long after Bulwagan. So, I sat with the Office of the Chancellor Executive Staff, no? From the time of Yaguno to Eme Roman, to Jerry Cao. Si Jerry was more yung mas matapang yan eh. Sabi ko, sige, gawin natin. Maghanap ka ng space sa campus na pwede nating gawing art space. I really wanted it to be at the library kasi the library is at the very heart of campus. So sabi ko kay Sally when I was talking to her, gusto ko sana maglagay diyan ng museum. Nagkataon naman doon na yung press at that time moved. So sabi ko yung binakante ng UP Press, i-convert natin. She came back to me, sige, i-convert na natin.
So the basement of the main library was very dark, no? So tapos tambakan siya ng mga furniture. So we had to refurbish, renovate everything. It used to be a reading room when we started dismantling everything. We were amazed to see the wonderful space. So yung ceiling niya pala was binaba, na kinover up niya yung coffered ceiling, which is a beautiful detail by national artist Juan Nakpil. So halos wala kaming ginawa doon because the space itself is beautiful. Konting intervention lang. The height was versatile enough to accommodate a variety of exhibition. And even because of the revelation of the coffered ceiling, the space was able to reverberate a particular yung mga sound, so it was capable of hosting mga musical performances, so it was an added bonus when we did remove the existing ceiling. So but we had difficulty in creating an access for the disabled, because of the given na yung space. There's a cantilevered canopy on the side, which used to be the tambayan of students. We had to relocate them, and I had to enclose it para magkaroon ng lobby as a transitional space as you go down the lobby. So parang merong element of surprise when I redesigned that space.
Ang unang feeling ko, napaka-eerie nung lugar. Medyo madilim siya, hindi siya well-lighted na tulad ng ibang museum na alam ko, na naaalala ko. Maganda siyang lugar to contemplate. Maganda siyang lugar to ponder some, thoughts na maaring or anything na dala-dala natin, baggage natin.
A gallery on the side with the natural light because it's the arcade above, and then there are glass blocks, which is able to diffuse daylight, giving the space a beautiful luminance during daytime. To design a gallery from an old building, it's a practice of adaptive reuse. I had an exhibit, archetypes, architects, which featured the interconnection between architecture and fashion. So very versatile talaga yung space. I believe it was in the atelier, so there's natural light. So we had mannequins, we had fitting forms, fitted with architectural inspired fashions.
Wala pa kaming pangalan it's just an art space. Pinabayaan ko si Patrick to organize the materials. I want to look at the collection from a fresh eye. So, tie up natin sa UP. This is what UP is all about. And then we thought of the UP hymn. UP naming mahal. And if you will notice, Bulwagan ng Dangal is a praise from the hymn, The Pag-asa ng Bayan, which was the title of the first exhibit, was also called out from the university. SWAC. No? This is what UP is all about, and this is what UP is known for, not only locally but internationally, because the artists that were represented in that debut exhibit, the who's who of the UP alumni artists. This will be a major event in the university.
I curated an exhibit. No? Basta the exhibit commemorates the infrastructural development, no, of UP Diliman from its early years, no, to the present, no, especially the building boom, no, at that time when I was campus architect. No? So we have engineering complex, no, science complex. So that's one of the exhibits I did for the Bulwagan. So the space is versatile. So we had their series of tables showing the original plans, no, of the buildings, no, from the collection of the campus architect.
Iba ang significance ng Vargas. The way Don Jorge collected them. No? Pero itong to showcase the art tradition of the university as we can experience the works of our products, of our alumni, iba yun. And the three retrospectives that I was able to hold there, Hoya, Karating, and Parial, even the local gallery scene in Metro Manila became aware of our Bulwagan.
My exhibition at the Bulwagan ng Dangal was Super Robot Suffer Reboot in 2018. No? It was quite an exciting exhibition because it had so many elements to it. No? It was a very playful, and yet it delved with serious societal, no, and historical issues that still confront us today. So I was very happy to have had that big playground, no, of a space in order to place all those visual narratives for that particular exhibition. I think it's the biggest area dito sa campus, no. So this opportunity to exhibit in a very large space, which it's quite difficult to secure one, no, gave me the opportunity to really put out all my creativity into that space.
Dito po sa Bulwagan ng Dangal, dito ko po na-experience yung mga kung paano po makihalubilo sa iba't ibang uri ng tao. Dito ko rin po nakilala yung mga artist na mga tanyag na sila rin po pala yung mga gumawa ng mga ini-exhibit dito sa Bulwagan ng Dangal. At saka isa pa po, dito rin po nahubog ng husto yung aking kamalayan para po sa mga exhibit, sa mga artist na mga dito rin po gumraduate sa UP campus.
Bago po ako ma-assign sa Bulwagan ng Dangal, na-assign po muna ako sa CFA. Doon ko po nakilala ang dalawa kong kaibigan na si Manolo Abrigo na magaling gumawa. Nung estudyante pa sila sa Fine Arts, doon ko nakita ang kanilang husay. At nung nag-exhibit na sila at nandun na sila sa Bulwagan ng Dangal, doon ko nakikita ang husay at galing nila.
Bilang isang heritage museum, Bulwagan ng Dangal Heritage Museum o University Heritage Museum, well, it serves its purpose, no, na isa siyang repository ng mga artworks or mga gawa ng mga kilalang artists, lalong lahat ng mga alumni ng UP at mga professor. Kasi heritage museum siya, so yung mga bagay na maipapakita natin sa mga susunod na henerasyon ay makikita natin sa Bulwagan ng Dangal.
The Bulwagan ng Dangal Permanent Collection is relatively small as far as museums go, but similar to the museum's programming, it is very diverse. So we have portraits, we have abstracts, social realist works, murals, all sorts of works. So you have works by national artists sharing the storage space with works by student artists. And all of them are connected by the thread that is UP Diliman, as the collection is a testament to how all these artists, at one point in their lives, experience being part of the UP community. While working for the Bulwagan, I also learned the value of Filipino resourcefulness. You know, to make the most out of what you've been dealt with in order to do the things that are important. So you see this in how the museum does its best to comply with museum standards. For collections management, despite how limited our resources are. So you see this in the willingness of our security guards and our janitors to learn proper art handling procedures in order to help out the museum, even though it's already outside their job descriptions.
Sa ngayon po ay binabantayan po namin ng mga artworks at iniingatan. Hindi po dapat na pwedeng hawakan, hindi po dapat pwedeng mabasa, at hindi rin po dapat masagi. At lagi po naming chinecheck ang mga painting kung may sira or wala para may i-report agad namin.
Yung idea na Bulwagan ng Dangal is a University Heritage Museum, yun ka lang, i-unpack ko yung tatlong words na yun, a university, a museum, and heritage. Hindi ba? What does that mean? No? So parang yung museum, meron na siyang diskursong sarili niya, right? Pero ang department nga is trying to refocus the museum in a curatorial way. Meaning to say, hindi lang to espasyo, but also yung hinaharness mo yung capabilities ng curator and curators plural. Meaning to say, dapat siyang mag-aid dun sa idea of enrichment of yung human capacities natin as an academic and artist. That's one, no? Yung sa university, well, clear naman, it's a national university. It's a research university, hindi ba? So, paano ngayon yung dalawang idea na yun, national university and research university would come into play sa isang museum setting? Now, yung heritage yung tricky. Kasi yung word heritage ay very contested one. Now, in my mind, because meron akong mga linkages with community work and community engagement in the curatorial, it's always been clear to me sa local level na ang heritage is in the hands of those who would benefit most from it. No? Hindi necessarily yung elite kind of heritage na, you know, na exotic, romanticized, no? But really, when we say heritage, it's a heritage with a purpose. In the university, it's bigger kasi yung intellectual memory niya and heritage are held by many. Yung importance of interdisciplinarity is very clear, na hindi lang siya a museum for fine arts, but a museum that would encourage interdisciplinary ideas. So that meant exhibitions that are thematic, no? Exhibitions that are mindful, na may iba-ibang perspective on a given subject matter or topic.
So I have curated one exhibit for the 100th anniversary, the centennial of anthropology in the Philippines, or specifically the founding of the anthropology department in 1917. So in 2017, we celebrated it by having an exhibit at the Bulwagan ng Dangal, which was a great opportunity for the students in my museology class to plan sections of the exhibit. As an academic, for me, personally, it gave me the experience of organizing a rather big exhibit given the space, and also the students of having a real, you know, honest to goodness, open to the public exhibit.
I think what makes the Bulwagan different is that it was the only one explicitly established to center on UP Diliman. I think it's a reflection of the dynamic nature of UP itself. And that shows in the kinds of exhibitions that the Bulwagan had and continues to have. Like 1 month we'd have a massive exhibit of a commercially successful artist, and then the next month we will have an exhibit on endo, or the contractualization of labor. Another month we would have a retrospective exhibit on a national artist, and then the next month we would be singing with our Lumad brothers and sisters within the museum halls. So the programming was very diverse. Very much like how the UP Diliman experience is so dynamic and multifaceted.
So, naging intern ako ng mga 2015, late 2015 hanggang 2016. At yun yung taon na nasunog yung FC. So, para sa akin, naging extension ng space din ng CAL, yung Bulwagan ng Dangal. Naalala ko din na maraming tribute exhibits para sa FC nun. So, buhay naman yung alaala ng FC para sa akin na kinailangan naman natin nung mga panahon na yun.
It's beyond being an academic institution. UP students and professors are deeply involved sa mga nangyayari within the different communities around UP. Katulad ng Cruz na Ligas, yung iba't ibang villages na nasa periphery. And this also extends to other Philippine civic groups. I remember when I was working for Bulwagan ng Dangal, marami ako nakatrabaho mga activist groups led by UP professors, mga UP students, and it was very eye-opening. So BND as an entity and, you know, as a space, it cultivates awareness of, you know, the students, the academic community in relation to the world and world events. It's not just about history, even though we are rooted in the history, but it also keeps up with what is happening. It really imagines the future, you know, rooted in the past through actions in the present. And BND is at the forefront in providing a space to uphold these ideals and actions.
So the Dissident Vicinities exhibition, it featured works from 14 artists and 2 art collectives, all of whom could be considered as part of a larger people's movement which was fighting for people's rights. The exhibition run was short, but we held a lot of public programs such as talks, workshops, and discussions within the space. And Bulwagan ng Dangal, again, was a very safe space and safe place for fostering all of these efforts for freedom of expression and for human rights. We are able to exhibit archives in relation to the space. For instance, when in the 2017 exhibition, when we exhibited a page from the Philippine Collegian showing the NPAA mural protest, which a big mural which they unfurled from the top of the main library in front of the sunken garden. When we showed that in the archive, for me it was a very fulfilling experience because it also connected that moment in history to the exhibition.
Meron din tayong mga engagement with mga foundations na hindi UP like Giti Institute or kaya Japan Foundation. That's also memorable, no? Because they're bringing in mga ideas na hindi tayo familiar with, no? Or kailangan i-push, no? Fast fashion, for example, no? The idea of reuse, no? And not to, hindi na i-support yung mga factories that dehumanize labor elsewhere, no? So, isipin mo, part ba ito ng UP Heritage? I would say yes, no? When you think of the humanistic legacy ng UP with critical thinking, no? Ina-apply natin yun. So, hindi lang necessarily ang heritage about the land and the space, but also intellectual heritage. And kung ang UP has a strong liberal tradition, dapat maging mindful din tayo sa critique of capital that dehumanize the human condition. Some core memories, quote-unquote, which I associate with Bulwagan
would be the site of the LUMAD students, looking at artworks there and seeing artworks, especially those which reflected the conditions of their home provinces in Mindanao, the people close to them or the issues that they faced, and somehow offering the temporary space for them to heal, to learn, and to talk. So that, I think, was a very precious memory that I had, because we all collectively worked to keep the university a safe place for the Bakwit school students, especially since militarization back then and even today continues. So the LUMAD students were among the many publics of the Bulwagan ng Dangal, who were able to also not just see the works, but who were able to talk and work freely in that space, I think.
Marami din silang mga programa na kasama yung mga indigenous na mga grupo. Pag buwibisita dito sa Manila, bukas yung Bulwagan ng Dangal maging espasyo para magpakita ng sining nila at ma-discuss nila yung mga pinagdadaanan nila.
The first was the sa Timyas ng Paglaya exhibit, likhang sining ng mga bilanggong politikal. Exhibit po ito ng mga political prisoners, mga detainees, who at that time numbered more than 500 during the transition between President Aquino to President Duterte. So there were many political detainees at that time. And even if before that, we were organizing exhibits of portraits of detainees, portraying them and representing them. For me, that was my first exhibition to show the works of political detainees themselves. So that contained their artworks, their crafts, and their stories. So personally, that for me was one important, not just project, but commitment to the cause of human rights. And Bulwagan ng Dangal fully supported the exhibition as a space and as a place for safely talking about the issues which led to their detention.
Well, siyempre, I will never forget yung 2019 talaga na Lupang Hinirang. Mga kwento ng pagsasalugar ng UP Diliman. We were envisioning that kind of, when you say beloved land, Lupang Hinirang, taken from the national anthem, what does it mean for UP Diliman? Diba? So, yung pagsasalugar as placemaking was a chance really, na makita, paano ba natin binuo itong lugar na ito? But when I say tayo, hindi lang academics, students, faculty, and staff, but also the community that grew up here, di ba? And lived here at embodied talaga yung lugar, no? Ang student and faculty come and go, but yung community stay, no? At they were here even before 1949. So, mahalagang makapture yung ganung klase ng length of memory, no? Lahat, hindi naman sinasabing mas malahalaga yung isang memory sa isa. But really, ang idea is lahat ito dapat mag-surface at magkaroon ng puwang. And I hope yun yung na-capture, no? So, of course, nag-conduct ng workshops, whether it's small cultural mapping yan, na nag-drawing yung mga barangay residents. Then you have interviews with elder faculty at residents ng area, and then student groups at the time, mga artists na nag-contribute sa ideya, no?
The pandemic was quite difficult for us at first because we were in the middle of the relocation process during the retrofitting of Gonzales Hall. So it was very hard to lose access to a physical space. Eventually, the museum was able to come up with online exhibits to continue its programming. So one of these was Lupang Hinirang, mga kwento ng pagsasalugar sa UP Diliman, which was the virtual exhibit version of our highly successful commemorative exhibit for the 70th anniversary of UP Diliman held in 2019.
Even when the pandemic happened, it organized an outdoor exhibit on martial law at 50. And so they invited my mother as a social realist artist to submit 1 or 2 works. And so I facilitated that, and I was really impressed at how the outdoor exhibit could be a venue even if there was a pandemic. And so I really appreciated that as well. And of course, walking down the academic oval with my mother and her noticing, oh, that's mine. Oh, look at that.
Naalala ko noon, before namin mag-open, pupunta kami sa labas, tapos magpapakain kami ng mga pusa around the main library, around BND. May isa akong kuting na ni-rescue from BND and became my pet cat. So, it was a very, I want to say lofty like institution structure, but at the same time it was very human, very warm. And I really appreciated that of BND because, you know, some museums you really get caught up doing events, funding, everything about optics, because while it is a non-profit organization, you know, you have to run it like a business. And minsan nakakalimutan yung human aspects of it, the warmth, the community, communication. And yun yung mga naaalala ko always with BND. It's almost always tied with the nature, the environment around it. So it's not just grassroots entities, communities, but also the flora and fauna around you. And I think it's a very beautiful trait na kailangang ma-maintain and has to be upheld as much as, you know, history, culture, and art.
So for a certain point in time, I think sabi ko dun sa at least dun sa mga teams na nabubuo sa Bulwagan, okay, the idea is to activate heritage. So ang activation means meron siyang sinasagot na issue sa present and maybe in the future. So a heritage is not necessarily about a past, it's about always the present, and it must have a vision of a future, di ba? So in pragmatic terms, so lahat ng collections, lahat ng archives must be reviewed from that light, no? And very proud ako sa idea na mayroong mga kwento yung mga multo ng UP bilang parte ng memory natin and being, di ba? Sa UP Diliman, no? Not to mystify UP in a way, but really to recognize na may holders ng memory beyond sa academics. And ang nag-hold ng mga ghost stories are really the residents, di ba? And particularly mga janitorial staff, tsaka mga security guards na nananatili dito sa weekends, sa gabi, sa holidays, no? And yung interaction nila with a structure like a building keeps yung memory alive, no? Of a building, not just an architecture as a fine art form, no? I think that's what we mean by heritage. Now, when there is a particular topic like a building as being discussed in UP Diliman, hindi lang yung academic terms ang lulitaw, but yung human terms also. Aside from the ghost stories, yung mga places din ng mga animals in UP Diliman, nag-progress na din. Bahagi sila ng ating komunidad, bahagi sila ng pang-araw-araw nating pag-interaksyon sa campus. So dapat yung mga polisiya din natin ay naka-align doon sa sentimento rin siguro ng ganitong klase ng community making, no? At least yun yung hope. Because in the end, hindi ba, hindi mo naman para rin-romanticize lang din na meron tayong mga stories. Pero it should go into a second layer policy to make the lives better for everybody. That's what we mean by activating heritage. May purpose siya.